Welcome back to the channel. It's your man King Anan, and today, or yesterday as a matter of fact, I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but I had a pretty interesting conversation. It wasn't really a conversation. It made for a pretty lively debate, and I thought that I would share my thoughts on this. And comment below and let me know what your thoughts are on this matter, because I found it pretty interesting, the different perspectives and the way people look at different situations in life. Okay, so here goes. By the way, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate you guys, all my followers, all my subscribers. I make videos and create content on bridging the gap between continental Africans and the African diaspora, and I go by the name of King Anan. And my mission is to create different avenues, help create different avenues for the African American community to get plugged into Ghana. So last night I had a lively debate. I'm in this group of African Americans mostly, and people from all over the world that want to connect with the continent of Africa. And there's an African American lady who I believe was looking for some digital work from a gentleman from, and I won't name the country, but a country in Africa. So she approached this gentleman, and he said that he was going to do the work for her. So he named a price, and I guess he did some of the work, and then later on he tried to beg for some additional monies that had nothing to do with the quoted price that I believe she had already paid for. So the lady said that this gentleman was begging for school fees and other non-related items, basically trying to acquire other monies from the lady. So the lady said, she got turned off by that. Obviously, any sensible person that's trying to do business, that's trying to acquire a service and pay for the service, would get turned off by that. And I agree with her, because I would also get turned off by something like that. But what I was trying to explain to the lady, being that, I'm African, I was born in Ghana, been living in the United States over 31 years. I could understand where she was coming from, definitely, because again, I would get turned off by that. What I was trying to explain to her was that, being that I was raised in Ghana, I could see that side. I could see, not to make any excuses. And, I started by my statement, by my comment in the Facebook group, by saying that I didn't agree with how he approached things, by asking her for additional things that had nothing to do with the service that he was providing. But I kind of understood where he was coming from, because being raised in an environment where you see lack around you, okay? I grew up in a time as a child in Ghana where, I don't know if you all know about the Rawlings regime. Jerry John Rawlings, he took over the country in the late 70s with a coup d'etat. And Ghana was going through some really, really tough times in the early 80s, where there was a lot of hunger, a lot of lack around the environment. And that lack programs people to think a certain way, to have really impoverished thoughts, and people don't see any abundance. So if you're growing up in a society like that as a child, it programs you to see things in a certain way, to think in a certain ways. So that's what I was trying to explain to her. But of course, being raised in America, being raised in a country where you see so much opportunity and so much abundance around you, you don't have those kind of thoughts. Okay? You don't see things in a way that somebody else that would be raised in a completely opposite environment would see. Do you understand? Does anyone, can you feel me here? Comment below if you agree with me, or even if you disagree with me, that's fine. But what I was trying to explain to her, let's say you took someone that grew up in Beverly Hills, which happens to be, Beverly Hills, California happens to be the richest zip code, probably the richest zip code in the whole world, right? The richest area, I should say, in the whole world. So takes a child that was raised in that neighborhood, in that area in the United States, and put them in a ghetto anywhere anywhere in the world. Okay, after a while living in that type of condition, that person would start to act and behave in a certain way, behave like the people around them. Okay, because your environment greatly influences you. It does. That's what I truly believe. The way that you think, the way that you see things is based on your environment. See, as a child, we all are born into this world with a completely clean slate. We come into this world with no pre-programmed thoughts, no precognition, no type of conditions at all. But we're raised a certain way based on the people around us. You know, you start thinking the thoughts of the people around you. You start having the mannerisms of your mom, your dad. Okay? So the lady and other people in the group, what was interesting that they started saying that this person is greedy for asking for more things than what, what he was providing, more monies than what he was providing. And I posed the question, like, where does that greed come from? Because as children, we're not naturally greedy. As human beings, we don't come into this world greedy. We come into this world as a clean slate, right? And then your environment programs you, okay? We do come into this world selfish. Yes, I'm going to give you that. All human beings come into this world selfish because as a baby, what is the only thing that you want? You want to be comforted, right? You want to be held, right? And then you want food. That's it. You want food, you want recognition, you want comfort. Those are the three main things that you want. You want to be comfortable. If babies are not comfortable, I've got 3 of my own. I've got 3 children of my own, so I know this. I consider myself to be sort of an expert, sort of a daddy expert. So if babies are not comfortable, if they pee on themselves, they do number 2 on themselves, they're going to scream out, right? If they're hungry, they're going to scream out. That's all they want is think of themselves, right? So we come into this world selfish, but we don't come into this world greedy. Your environment programs you to be greedy. Okay? That greed comes from somewhere else. That greed is not a natural state of a human being, I don't believe. So if you agree or disagree with me, comment below and let me know. Let's engage in the comment section because I want to know what other people are thinking and how you think. I truly believe is based on how you're raised. Where you come from, your household, your environment. In Ghana, we have a saying that charity begins at home. And I never really understood that statement, charity begins at home, until I became an adult and I had my own children. I never really truly understood that statement. So our natural programming, the way we think, the way we see things, our perspective is just based on how we grew up. See, the Jesuits have a saying that give me a child until the age of 7 and I'll show you the man. Yes. The way you are right now, just think about it, who you are right now as an adult, how you think, the type of behavior you have, how you see things in life is just a natural result of your first 5 to 7 years of life. There's no way you can escape it. Okay, think about this. Let's just say there was a child, a black child, an African child that was born in Ghana, right? And then through some circumstances of life, they happen to be adopted by a Chinese family, right? That baby, right? Before that baby even turned 1, they happen to be adopted by either a Chinese family or a white family. They just came to Ghana looking for a child because maybe the woman was barren. So the man and the woman, they adopted this child. They came to Ghana and they found this child and they adopted. So let's just say in this situation, a Chinese couple, and they took that child to China and raised that child as their own. That child would never know anything about Ghana, would never know anything about Ghana customs, Ghana mannerisms, of the food, fufu or banku or kenke. They would grow up eating Chinese food, the food that they eat in China, the customs of Chinese people, the traditions. That child will speak Mandarin or what's the other language? I can't really remember. Mandarin or the other one. I can't really remember what it is right now. But yeah, but that child will speak their language, would know their customs and traditions, would know nothing about Ghana because that child is being raised in China, right? So again, your environment programs you. And I know this for a fact because there used to be a YouTube video. I wish I had the link right now, of a child, of a black boy that was adopted somehow by a Chinese family here in the United States. I don't know if he was adopted, but he was taken by a Chinese family and taken to China and raised as a Chinese person. And that boy eventually grew into a man, and he didn't know anything about being black. He just knew that he was raised by this Chinese couple, and he had all the mannerisms of a Chinese person. He even looked a bit Chinese, more Chinese than any of his African ancestors. So I truly, really believe that that's what it is. Is your environmental program, and how you are as a person, how you see things, the way you do things is nothing but a result of your environmental programming. So yeah, and I wasn't trying to make an excuse for the brother, because yes, he's wrong in that he shouldn't be asking for other financial benefits if he hasn't really worked for it. So he's wrong in that. And I definitely don't want to make an excuse for him, but I truly believe that is a result of your environment, you know, and you never know on the other side the situation what this person is going through. You know, this person's brother or sister might be in school, and you know, they haven't been able to pay school fees for a while. They might be getting kicked out of school. You just never know what the other person is going through on the other side. So, you know, as we try to firm up these African-American and African relationships as we move forward in the future, we really need to seek a little bit more knowledge and understanding of each other's cultures in order to progress forward. Because if we don't, and we don't have a bit more empathy toward each other's situations, it's going to be really difficult to progress forward. So I hope this message reaches you well. This is your man, King Anan. You know, I really want to create thought-provoking content on this channel. So comment below if you understood this video. If you agree or disagree with me, comment below and let me know. I really appreciate you guys for checking out the content. I'm on my way to 5,000 subscribers this month, so please keep engaged with the channel. Stay plugged in. I'm looking to plug the African-American community into Ghana. So if you really like this type of content, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, like this video, share this video with your family and friends, because sharing is caring. Once again, it's your man, King Anan, and I'll see you on the next video.